Here at Unexplained Reality, we support our troops and veterans 100%. Our family has a number of veterans, and my son-in-law is active duty serving our wonderful country. We have come across a great veteran-owned company called Awesome Bad Clothing. They have some very cool t-shirts and hats, and best of all, they are veteran-owned. So go check them out at awesomebadclothing.com and let them know you heard about them from Unexplained Reality. And when you go to checkout, type Unexplained in the coupon code box to get 10% off. Good evening and welcome to Unexplained Reality, the podcast about the weird, strange, and unexplained but real. We are delighted to have you with us. Please grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and enjoy. Good evening and welcome to Unexplained Reality. I am one of your hosts, Brian Quinn. My son Harrison will not be with us tonight. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving and has been doing well. I know it's been about 2 months or so since we had an episode out, and it's just been a lot going on here that's prevented us from getting those together. If you have an encounter or an experience, or you just want to contact us, you can hit us on email at unexplained.reality@yahoo.com. You can find us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. You can also find us on YouTube, and you can subscribe to our channel. We have a website at unexplainedreality.com. You can also contact us there using the contact form. Tonight we talked to a group of young men from Montana. They all go to high school together, and during a cross-country trip with the school, they decided to form a group called the Little People Hunters. They research, do interviews about people who've had encounters with the little people of the Pryor Mountains, which I had never heard of until they contacted us, but after doing some research, realized that, wow, this is a real thing, and there's quite a bit of information out there. So they are forming, or have a YouTube channel, and they're building a website. They're going to be putting out video episodes of their research that they're doing in the Pryor Mountains, and their first episode will be coming out in the next week or so. And so please go out there and follow them. Subscribe to their channel on YouTube. You can find it by going to YouTube and doing a search for Little People Hunters, and you'll see their LPH logo there and their trailer for their first episode that will be coming out. Please go subscribe to them. You can also follow them on Instagram at LPH_MT. That's LPH_MT, and we'll have all this information in the show notes for this episode. So without further ado, let's talk to the Little People Hunters.
So we're LPH, little group started to solve the mystery of the little people here in Montana. Go ahead, Corey.
I'm sorry, this brings back funny memories when we just started. We try to take it seriously when we can, but that bus ride when we all decided to come together was pretty funny. But, you know, we're getting there. We're getting places. My name's Corey, and I'm someone part of the LPH. Dylan?
Yeah, my name's Dylan Wichman. Yeah, it's just we're really interested in the Pryor Mountains because it's only about a half an hour from where we live, so it's pretty crazy. just how just close it is to us, and how many people are just so like scared of them. Like we've read stuff like hunters who have like they've gotten deer tags in the like Prior Mountain area, and they just cannot find anyone to take them there, even though it's like all public land, so anyone could go, but no one's willing. No one's willing to go just because they're all like so scared of the little people, the mountains. This like native folklore that's been around for centuries.
Right. And I think, we were discussing that the other night, talking about, in the diaries of, going back to Lewis and Clark, that they, heard the same stories.
Exactly.
Even back then, they went to the mountain area, and I think they did do some hunting, but, they heard all these stories from the Native Americans in that area.
Yeah, and like Chief Plentycoo, who had one of the main encounters with the little people, he's got like a national park right by us at a museum, and we're actually going over there pretty soon to talk to him, get a first like with like the native elders. We're gonna get a conversation with them going about everything they know about the little people, try to get some more information that might not be available online. So
Right. It seems like, in um, all Native American folklore, it's kind of hard um, to get them to talk about these experiences and these beliefs that they have.
Yeah, because it's so sacred to them that like it's kind of like sharing a personal memory with someone almost.
They take it so seriously.
Right. And I guess, spiritual aspect of it too is a huge part of it.
Yeah, for sure. I know our native friend is a little sensitive about talking about our group and just the little people in general, which we fully respect.
yeah.
Right. I mean, as we talked the other night, also in reference into like Sasquatch and skinwalkers, I think, with the history that of what they've had to go through since the white man showed up on this land, that has to play into it too. Why would you be willing to share this kind of information with somebody that caused you so many problems?
Exactly. That I just got a question. Do you think like the arrival of the white man has kind of slowed down these skinwalkers and like the little people, like their appearances are a little like less than it used to be?
I don't know. It seems to me that in the past few years, it seems like there's more of this kind of activity going on. Now, I don't know about the little people because, like, I honestly hadn't heard of the little people of the Prior Mountains until you guys contacted us. And that's when I started researching it and realized, wow, how did I miss this? But, like, skinwalker activity and, definitely Sasquatch activity. The Sasquatch activity you could probably, maybe account for by Finding Bigfoot and these other shows that have come out that maybe caused that people to come forward. And you have a lot of podcasts out there talking about it now, and it makes it easier. There's more platforms for people to come out and talk about their experiences. But that could also be the case with skinwalkers or dogman sightings or whatever kind of cryptid you can think of.
Yeah, and that's kind of our goal, is to bring some more exposure to the little people of the priors, just because they're just so unheard of. But there's just been so many stories and sightings that are just really relatively unknown to most people.
Yeah.
And there could be little communities out there with their own like folklore, just like how Montana has the little people, and they're yet to be like discovered or talked about.
Right. I mean, you think about that area, the Prior Mountains is a very small area compared to, the rest of the United States. So
Yeah, but then again, also very large relative to our size.
Right. Yeah. So, you guys have a trailer out, and you're going to be putting your first episode on your YouTube channel. And when do you guys expect to have that out?
I was planning maybe a week after our premiere, which is the 6th, we're hoping, of December. So maybe around the 14th or the 12th, it'll be on our Little People Hunters channel.
Yeah, and while we're at it, why don't you guys go ahead and share? Do you guys have a website, or are you just doing YouTube right now, or any kind of information you want to share about how to contact you or get in touch with you and find out more?
Right. So right now, we just have Instagram.
We just have Instagram and that YouTube channel. Dylan is currently working on a website.
Yeah, I've actually made a couple websites for other people. So I'm working on a website to get all of our like footage and trailers up and stuff, and as well as a way to contact us. Because right now the only way to contact us
is our Instagram, which many people have contacted us, like you and another fellow channel.
Yeah, we have another podcast that's interested. I think a lot of the interest just comes from the fact that it's not being talked about. You know, we're not just another Bigfoot hunter trying to find Bigfoot evidence. This is
The mystery of the little people is such a local thing.
A big mystery around kind of the Native American culture in Montana, North Dakota, Idaho. What else? Colorado? No, Wyoming's right underneath it. Let's see.
So, have you guys interacted or talked to anybody who's had firsthand encounters?
Yeah, we actually have an interview that here, Corey, you want
to? Yeah, I talked to my native friend today earlier, and I kind of wrote out what he said, and I'm just going to read the following. One night, his mother was sleeping. She was awoken by the sound of her name just being repeated. The voice was coming from outside. She went to go investigate, and she discovered a small, little person, the Narambi.
That's what they have different names. So Narambi is another one, and Owakule, I think, is also the other one. I think I said that right.
Or whatever this little small creature was standing out in their front yard, just calling her name, and she was frightened. And in the midst of the commotion, she screamed, and her father awoke, and he grabbed a shotgun to, elude.
Right. He just didn't know what was going on. He just heard his daughter scream.
And then when it, instead of turning around and scurrying off into the forest, it turned into a beam of light as it ran off. And that's basically all we have.
Yeah, and that that account's kind of some unique info, because online it doesn't really talk much about the encounters and just how the little people act, and the beam of light is I don't know, that firsthand account I just feel gives us some good evidence that can't be found on the internet.
Right.
Wasn't there were stories of the little people having magical healing powers?
Yeah.
Was that
So I know there's a story of a hunter who was out hunting in the Pryor Mountains, and he injured himself somehow, and I guess the little people appeared to him and healed him. So I know they have healing powers and other strength powers and whatnot.
If you're lucky enough to
be
chosen to be healed.
You don't want to be bothered by the little people or gain their trust, I guess. You're supposed to give offerings at these mounds, and they can be sacks of beads, arrows, tobacco, fish hooks.
Yeah, that's the offering. One of our friends, his grandpa is a bus driver, so he has driven a lot of natives, and there's this particular road called the Pryor Gap Road that every time he has driven down there with some natives, they have him stop at one of several locations where they have their offering sites, and they're just they have to have him stop, and they always offer something to little people every time they pass through that area.
So when we go on our next hunt, we want to be able to take that road to the Pryor Mountains and document, videotape these offering sites because we think it's a big part of the little people.
Yeah, I mean, from the stories that are out there, like you said, there's not a whole lot about what happens during an encounter. It's just like either they're going to be pissed at you and really mad, and bad things
Right,
are going to happen, or they're going to be gracious and help you if you're usually those are people who are in some kind of need.
They're especially friendly to people that are crow or have some kind of crow.
They're said to be the protector of the Crow tribe.
And I think that starts with how Chief Plentycoo had his dreams about the little people. And that said, his dreams about the little people are said to have shaped the destiny of the Crow tribe heavily.
Yeah, I remember reading about that also, saying that, they didn't have such a good relationship with the other tribes, but the Crow, they had a special relationship that was a friendly relationship and a coexistence.
Yeah, exactly. The Crow were like their favorite tribe, I guess you could say. There's a story of these 300 Sioux warriors accidentally trespassing on their land. And I guess they attacked them. And these little people, they're pretty ferocious. I mean, they're short, but they got the powers, like we said earlier. And they also have the sharpened spears. And
because they killed
there was a handful left, and they were all scarred for life.
Yeah, even they were injured. Like they barely made it out.
Yeah, and
this is like 300 native warriors, so it's not like just random people, like defenseless people. Like these were warriors. So it just shows like how just powerful and strong these little people are.
Right, which is in a lot of ways it's kind of a funny thing to think about.
Yeah.
It's it's kind of I can't think of the word, but it's like
comical.
It's comical.
Yeah.
It's just it's opposite of what you would think.
They're 18 inches tall. They have larger heads, and you hear they have sharpened sticks, and it's like, what could they do?
Yeah, exactly.
But then you hear the story of them taking out almost 300 Sioux warriors.
Right.
And then another addition to that story is they would rip out the hearts of the horses, the enemy horses. And so it's just crazy to think that they have the capabilities to do that.
I know this is kind of silly, is taking it off of a serious, looking at it seriously, but
right.
I can't help but think of like Nacho Libre when the little
I know
what were they called?
Yeah. Exactly.
Satan's cavemen.
Yeah, those things that are flying around the cage and body slamming everybody.
Probably gonna wake up tonight and there's gonna be a little person standing.
Just gonna tear your hair off.
He's not gonna have much to tear off there, but
when we started talking with you, the memories of when we first started on that bus ride coming back, that's why we're laughing.
I mean, it is a funny thing, but it's serious to a lot of people. I mean, I guess it would be serious to anybody that had that encounter, but it's funny to think about. It's hard to talk about it seriously when you think about 18 inches tall and spears.
Exactly.
You just look up Pedro the Mummy, and you get a little laughs.
Especially that picture where the guy who had it in possession, where it has it in a glass container.
Yeah, and get a real scale.
What's it called? Pedro the Mummy?
Yep. Yeah. He was found in the San Pedro Mountains in Wyoming.
That was actually analyzed by, I believe, Harvard. So, and they identified it as not human because, like, a lot of people say, it could be like some sort of deformed baby human, but they actually found that this particular mummy had a full set of adult teeth, which is like obviously a characteristic that you don't gain until like mid-adolescent age. Like I think he even had like wisdom teeth and stuff, which you don't get those.
They had a full set of adult teeth,
entire set.
Wow. I mean, it's a creepy looking little thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right,
just
yeah.
just that part of it right there. If something like that came running out of the mountains and there's a whole clan of them, yeah, that would be a little disturbing.
Forgive me for not knowing the exact year, but it went missing in the local museum in Wyoming. And but before that, I think the guy who was holding the picture actually died. So they're saying like whoever has possession of this mummy like dies, and now no one has it. Like it's still missing.
That's crazy. What is there's a doll or what is that, Harrison? That has the same thing. Isn't the doll down in Key West or somewhere?
Robert the doll.
Yeah,
I've
maybe
heard a story about Robert
it's
the
a
doll.
freaky
But
looking
I don't
little. It
think
looks
we've
like a
heard
little
about that
sailor or something.
before.
yeah. That's Robert the doll.
Yeah, I think it's in a museum somewhere. I think like Key West or something. And it's like it looks like a little sailor, but it's a little boy doll, and like everybody that's owned it has died.
Yeah, I know
That's what I'm
there's
talking about.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
that
it's
just
Robert
shows
the doll.
how there's different sightings of these little people all over the country. There's native tribes in Oregon that have reported the same thing.
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was just pretty local to where you guys were at.
Right. Yeah, it's local but in different sections
Yeah,
of the country. You know what I mean?
Like they call them different things, but their descriptions are very similar. So each
Huh.
kind of tribe has their own kind of accounts and names for the little people. So
Right.
There's
it
a
could be connected, but at the same time, these could be like different like subspecies of the same thing.
I know the tribe in Oregon that sees them.
Yeah, we're looking at
They-
Robert the doll right now.
He's a creepy little dude, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. But the tribe in Oregon that have accounts of these little people, they call them stick Indians. But the research we've done here locally with the Crow tribe, they have never used that term or know the term to call them that.
Stick Indians. Yeah, I remember reading that. I didn't know. I think I was just reading an article where they were just talking about the different names they were given, but I didn't know that. I didn't know there were so widespread sightings across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess it's in a lot of ways it's like other cryptids too, because
Yeah,
a lot of your famous cryptids are seen in different places and
Right,
go
you
by
get
different
different
names.
names of Sasquatch and Bigfoot or different
Yeah.
species of Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could be the same with the little people.
So, what as far as your YouTube channel, how often do you guys plan on? Do you have a schedule that you're going to be going on, or are you just going to be going flying? However, you
kinda
guys
hard.
feel like going.
Kind of hard with school to be able to put out content regularly.
Right.
So this Christmas break, we're going to be doing a ghost investigation at our school that's supposedly haunted. Now, I know that's not little people related, but it's just something
Right.
that we get the opportunity to do. So there'll be a video coming out on that. And then, like we said, the first episode will be coming out mid-December. And then anytime we get free time on a weekend or another short break during the school year, we want to head out back into the Priors and see what else we can find.
Yeah, because right now we actually like can't go out there just because we're in Montana and the mountains. Right now it's just so much snow and it's
Right.
really impossible to access. So we're open this spring, early summer to actually go out there and spend the night because we think that spending the night would actually give us
Doing a night investigation, just
Yeah.
giving us more time out there.
Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
the first time we went out, it was just a day thing, and
Yeah.
we didn't really know where to look. So just picked random roads, got into the mountains, and started walking around hoping to find something.
Yeah, like my grandpa is actually a while back used to trap there. He was telling me about all these abandoned mines out there. They have mine shafts that are just completely abandoned, and they're open to the public. So we're actually planning to explore some of those. And there's a lot of caves that we plan on exploring, as well as there's these famous ice caves in the Prairie Mountains that we're planning on looking at. Now that's more. A lot of people visit the ice caves, but I still think we still think looking at them would give us some insight.
Definitely beneficial.
Yeah, just to go
Right.
out there.
Oh, going back to the like similar fairy kind of thing all over the world. I was talking to my English teacher about this, and he reads so much, and he like knows everything. And apparently, like the little people are like a type of fairy that are only like these fairy encounters are only found in 4 parts of the world,
Yeah.
and we're lucky enough to be one of them, like the northwestern Montana or northwestern United States.
Yeah. So they're actually, like he said, like they're related in ways that other species, even around the world, not just around Montana. So
Right.
that's definitely something interesting.
I'm gonna try to remember the other 3 places around the world. And we'll come back to that. I want to make sure I'm right on that.
What when you guys go out? I mean, what kind of equipment are you guys using? I know you guys have a drone, and I saw the video footage. You know, in your trailer was pretty nice looking setup there. And I mean, the editing and stuff you guys did, like I said the other night, it was really slick. It looked really nice. But what do you guys use when you go out? Just for you have anything special? You use FLIR or anything like that, or are you just using
We got
standard
some
video?
pretty basic stuff. Like the drone, I know is a little different, kind of special. But we had a handheld camera and then a GoPro as well, and that's what we used to get film footage.
Get footage. Yeah, those we had 2 cameras, a GoPro, and then then the drone. And then like we brought stuff like we were all wearing hunter's orange because I mean we were not expecting to see anyone out there and we didn't, but it was during deer season. But I think that just states like how scared people are because this is one of the biggest and my grandpa said has like some of the best deer and just wildlife out there that you can hunt, but it was just barren when we were there.
Yeah,
no one else was there.
We were out there for
Well,
opening weekend of
hunting,
rifle season, so you'd expect to see people out there. But that goes back to the story of that hunter who moved here, got a deer tag, and had to go out by himself because no one else was willing to take him, just in fear of the little people.
Going back to those fairy things real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, the United Kingdom has these fairy stories, Machu Picchu in Peru and Australia, and then of course northwestern Montana.
Those are just the fairies. I don't know what they're called, but there's 4 main locations where fairies have been seen, and that those are the only 4 in all of the world. So kind of special.
You know, there's a large number of sites. I didn't realize, and really until we kind of got into this more, and I started listening to more podcasts, how many people are having fairy sightings and little people sightings.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really, you know, everybody knew, you know, about Ireland and Scotland or whatever, but you didn't. Like I said, I didn't know about in our own, you know, in the U.S., but it really is a very large number of sightings, and I don't know if, you know, this could go back to just people feel more relaxed in talking about things just because the world's changing and media is so easy to
everyone's got
share
a
your
camera
experiences. Right.
pocket.
And you can, I mean, basically you can run a podcast as long as you got a cell phone or anything. You know, it's very simple to put up a YouTube channel or whatever, and it's very easy now for people to feel comfortable talking about these things. So
Yeah, exactly. And also like with the accessibility of technology, it's also easy to fake these kind of things, which I mean, we're hoping to go out there and disprove some people's like not believing in these.
Right. I mean, you know, you're right. There's a lot of people trying to do hoaxes, but you know, if you look at the law of statistics, you know, speaking about how many people claim to have these sightings, and it's not just little people; it's pretty much any cryptid sighting or paranormal experience.
Yeah.
These people can't all be making things up and
it's
having
not like
similar.
It's not like it just surfaced. It's like a lot of cryptid sightings. It's been going back for years. It's not like just now people started like reporting little people. Like it's been going back for centuries. So yeah, that definitely
to the
adds
times
to
of Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, that definitely adds to it. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, you go back even further than that with just the Native American, oral history. And yeah, it probably goes back
Yeah.
thousands of years. And then if you get in, like you said, the 4 locations, and one of them was in like Peru or something, you said?
Yeah, and yeah,
See, I haven't checked into that. I need to. That's something we need to look into is the um into more. But I know
Yeah.
Peru. You're even talking about history going back even further potentially. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and then again, that was only word of mouth from our English teacher. So I haven't thought about it, but we need to dive more into,
Those fairies.
other
yeah.
countries'
Yeah.
fairies.
and I wonder. It makes you wonder if these are the 4 areas where they are in this world. How did they? And they're probably related. So does that go back to when all the continents were together
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think you're onto something with that. Like,
split up?
and then they just kind of
Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe back to the like dinosaurs. Even we don't really know. Like I know we know a lot about dinosaurs in general, but we there could be like stuff that is just
Yeah.
survived for this
or
long.
if something like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex, could live, then why not the little people of the Prior Mountain?
Exactly, especially with the
Right.
strength.
Maybe they used to ride dinosaurs.
That would be
That would be interesting.
yeah.
Little saddles.
That would be so
Oh
interesting.
my God.
It'd be awesome.
Oh,
It'd be awesome.
just thinking about that gives me shivers.
Yeah. Why did
I mean, you just
T-Rexes? All right, you first.
you,
You first.
you come outside, you just hear some big noise. You're like, man, what is that? And you come outside and you see a dinosaur with like a foot tall person on top of it, and they've got a little stick in their hand.
He's glaring his sharp teeth at you.
spears. A big group of them coming at you.
Why did
He's just-
T-Rexes have
He's just
small
tamed the
hands?
T-Rex.
They do move in herds.
Even T-Rex is scared of the little people.
Yeah. So they can carry the little people easier.
That's right.
Yeah,
They're mean. And all they can do is run right up the tail.
Oh my goodness.
exactly.
I wonder if there's been any stories of like the little coming back on the series. The
It's
cereal
getting
side.
harder and harder to talk seriously about it.
I
isn't it?
know. The like if the Narambe or the little people themselves have ridden horses, since like Quentin said earlier, the tribe in Oregon called them the
Stick Indians.
the Stick Indians. So I mean, it's just a thought.
Yeah, it could.
They probably rode Shetland ponies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make more sense than a T-Rex, I think. It'd be perfect. It would be perfect. Just the size ratio.
So you guys are working on a website. When do you plan on getting that up and running?
Yeah, so we're purchasing a domain, and we'll probably have it up by before Christmas. I'd say a little bit after the release of our first episode, and yeah, we'll just have, like I said, it'll be an easier way to contact us because not everyone has Instagram, so it'll just get the name out and yeah, just more publicity for us and making us more accessible.
So do you know what your domain's going to be? Well, I guess you haven't purchased it, so you don't know.
Yeah, it'll probably just be. We'll probably get a couple like LPHMT or Little People Hunters and just have them all go to the same website. Just
Right.
yeah.
And what is your channel called on YouTube?
Little People Hunters.
Yeah.
Little People Hunt. Okay.
I'm pretty sure if you type that in, you might find us, or you might find something else extremely weird. But
Yeah, that could be a
As-
couple different things.
as we get more popular, we're hoping that. Oh yeah, if you look up Little People Hunters, ours are the trailers, the first one that pops up. Yep.
Cool. All right. We'll we'll also put that in our show notes, and if you want, we can put your Instagram account and the YouTube if you want.
Oh yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
that'd
Y'all
be
are cool with it.
extremely helpful. Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Harrison, got anything?
Oh no, that's it for me.
Okay.
I think
So, what? Hey, I'm old, dude.
I
Lose my
know.
train of thought.
I'm
I think
aware.
we went over everything that we'd like to, but
I guess to summarize, we can just go with, LPH started on that cross country bus ride. We just
Yeah, go into that. How did you guys? I mean, how did you come up with this? I mean, you just driving around.
right, yeah. So we were coming back from a cross country meet, and I was just sitting there, just like a light bulb. It just went on in my head, and I was like, "Hey, the little people. We got the Win on our bus, the native friend of ours. And I figured I'd ask him about it, and we did for a little bit, and then he got kind of freaked out, so we kind of stopped there. But
Yeah,
after the bus ride, I contacted Sean, Dylan, and Corey, and we got together and we started this thing up.
Yeah, I think just how kind of freaked out Win was really kind of piqued our interest because it was genuine fear. It wasn't. So I think that kind of just said, hey, this because when I first heard Quinn talking about like little people, I immediately told him like that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like there's no way that's real. But then once Win heard it and he started kind of freaking out, I was like, okay, maybe. So we started researching it, and like pretty much it was like a couple-hour bus ride. We just watched videos on little people. That's what we did.
Well, I gotta say, when you guys contacted me, I was like, these guys are messing with us. Can't be real. But I was like, they got a logo and everything. And then I looked it up, and I was like, man, that logo, that little dude right there in the middle of the logo is real.
Yeah.
I found all the information about it, so I was like, well, I guess they're kind of legit then.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how serious can you be about any of this? So,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you got an 18-inch tall little person or a 10-foot tall Sasquatch, and until you see it, it's not really
Yeah.
tangible.
I don't think we as a group could take it too seriously. I mean, you've heard us chuckling in the background and whatnot, but I think until we have that first encounter that we're looking for, I don't think. That's when I'm looking forward and when I want this thing to take off. To get real serious about it.
Yeah. I mean, you hit it right on the nail on the head, and it's not real until you poop and pee yourself one time. Then you
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what you see with these natives. They've grown up like just everyone telling them about it, how scary they are.
Right.
And then to us hearing about it, yeah, it's very comical.
And we hope we're not coming off too disrespectful to the.
Yeah, because we really just want to
especially today, everything's got to be PC. So we think it's comical, but at the same time, we're very respectful and
we're trying
don't mean any disrespect towards anybody.
Yeah,
right.
We're just hoping to get to the bottom of things.
Yeah, we hoping maybe people see our videos and they want to look into little people with
get a conversation going about the little people here in Montana.
Right.
Put Montana on the map.
Well, I think it's interesting that you guys are so young and you're interested in it because, most people that are talking about this stuff are interested seem to be old dudes like me or older. And I don't think you have too many young guys interested or young people interested in looking at necessarily in paranormal and cryptid type stuff. So
I can't speak for them directly, but I know our fellow students and our classmates they seem interested in what we're doing, either that be for a comical reason or they just want to know more.
Even if it is comical, you're still getting it into their heads and thinking about it.
Yeah, my friend actually called me the other day when he saw the trailer. He's like, "Are the little people real? Like, do I have to worry about them?" I was like,
and our obvious answer was yes.
Be very worried.
Exactly.
About them and their dinos.
So we've got our live stream going here. I think I saw you guys on it.
Yeah.
But so anybody on the live stream here, if you got any questions, please come in and type them. We'd love to answer anything.
Nothing too crazy. We're not gods over here.
They've been talking. I see that. Okay, well, we've only got 3 people on now. It's gone down a bit, but
everyone on. If you have questions, just type them out.
So when you guys went out this video that you're getting ready to put out, this is just a day trip,
Yep.
Yeah.
and you guys are going to do some more overnighters when the snow comes down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we hope to.
exactly.
Yep. I think
It's-
no matter who you are, there's a diverse group of kids at our school. And I think since everybody's interested, I think everybody has that same kind of curiosity in the back of their head of whether it be paranormal, ghosts, or something to cryptid creatures like Bigfoot or little people. I think everybody has that curiosity of what's out there.
Yeah.
Everybody just wants to have. Everybody seeks like a full knowledge of everything.
A lot
even
of
though you can't reach that, but everybody
Right.
wants to know.
yeah, like
Maybe
a
it's
lot of
like, nowadays you have all the technology you want, in your cell phone. You have so much power in your cell phone to find the answers of stuff. And these are things that you can't find the answers to, unanswered questions in the world.
Yeah, so we actually have some questions from our Instagram feed. I'll just start at the top. So Maddie asks, when are we going to look for evidence next? So yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
And just keep in mind, Maddie is one of the biggest skeptics that we know.
Yes.
She was also on the bus ride with us, and
Yeah.
she's pretty pessimistic about it, which kind of makes me mad because she's not very open-minded. But
Yeah, so
that's kind of like one of the people we're really trying to convince. One of our biggest skeptics and opposers in this situation.
So to answer Maddie's question, we are going out. First, in a couple weeks, we're going to see if our school is haunted, but that is unrelated to little people. But then early spring, once the snow melts, we're able to get out there. We're going out there for a day and night trip.
hopefully experience the caves a little bit.
Yeah.
By the way, for the local people, kids at our school and whatnot, people that would be able to, we will have sort of a giveaway. We'll pick one lucky person to go on the next hunt, which will be in the spring. So anybody interested, comical reasons or serious reasons.
Yeah.
When we put that out,
Stay tuned.
right?
All right. So next question by Fletcher Phillips.
Okay.
Do you think that little people fight over other little people tribes?
So
That's a good question.
like,
honestly.
do little people have different tribes?
But
Yeah.
then you think like how the Native American tribes would fight with each other over land or territories.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
You think maybe it could. So the little people are protective of the Crow tribe. So what if, say, the tribe from Oregon, they're little people.
Yeah. Because I mean, we know there's
Drop it.
different types. Just from
What if those two different groups of little people, if they are different to begin with, who knows? But if they had a run-in with each other and fought like native tribes did or used to, just something to think about there.
They asked when are we staying the night at the school.
Well, let's not reveal that because
Right.
That information is confidential as of now.
yeah.
So,
Any other questions there?
Jackson Wichman wants to know if you've heard of the Beav Coon.
The beef coon. Let's Google this real quick.
What the heck is that?
I have
What?
not heard of the beef coon.
Are you
What
looking
is-
at that thing right now?
There's some good Photoshop.
Yeah,
things up
Harrison's
here.
looking it up here. Yeah, that's got to be real.
Justice Beef Coon. This is a real person.
That's that guy's laugh. Oh man. All right. Funny stuff. Are there any other questions there?
I think that's the last serious one.
Can't wait to see the first video come out and find out what goes from there. Are you guys know when you go to the school, you're gonna be making a video of that too, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, the ghost investigation.
Yeah, and it'll be on the same channel. I mean, you're gonna put all your videos on that one channel. Okay.
Yeah.
We're holding back the hunt video so long because we're trying to raise some money so we can buy some equipment to do some ghost hunting. That's why we're not uploading it right now.
Okay. How are you guys raising money? Do you have are you doing a GoFundMe or anything like that, or are you just doing it local?
We haven't thought about that, but we thought of doing a bake sale. I mean, that sounds kind of
that's
cheesy,
cool.
but it gets money, I guess. Kids at the school wanting their cookies.
Yeah.
So we got that going, and then we also wanted to premiere our first episode at the school, and we were thinking, do that in a room, get $5 a ticket, and be able to provide a great episode, a little popcorn, and a beverage.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the main money maker. Just until I think once we get the haunted school out, a lot more people will be interested.
Right.
So
That's gonna pique the interest of the entire
Because,
school, I think.
yeah,
because everyone has heard about our school being haunted. So like Corey, who is the main editor, he takes film, and the film teacher actually recommended a theater to us that we can rent out. So
Yeah.
we're thinking about doing that for the Central. So we're gonna premiere both of our episodes there after.
that'll be more of a like a local trying to spread the word, like of what we're trying to do here.
And I mean, that is your actual school you're going to now, right? It's not just like one in the town. Cool.
Yeah, no, it's the school we go
Yeah, I
to.
can see how
Yeah.
everybody in the school would be interested in that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In the like late 30s and 40s, it used to be a hospital for
Oh,
a
geez.
few years. Yeah. I've heard that nobody really died in the hospital, but it also was a morgue as well. And so I'm curious to see if like ghosts are attached to where they have died or like their bodies. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the little people. We're just there to prove or disprove.
Yeah, just get some
Right.
some solid evidence.
Right.
Are you guys going to continue like also investigating paranormal stuff, or
It depends.
Yeah,
Let's see how if we enjoy
Like
it or
we're-
not. Yeah.
We specialize in the little people, and that's kind of what started this thing.
right?
But we also want to expand what we do. So, I
Yeah.
mean, if there's any other cryptid creatures, like I saw this map of like the United States. I saw it on an Instagram page, and it just had like different pictures, like cartoon pictures of cryptid creatures all over the U.S. And I saw it in Montana. It wasn't the little people, but it was like this wolf creature.
Oh yeah.
And so if we were able to, research that a bit and maybe go hunt for that thing, that's also something we're interested in.
We're
Right.
gonna need a lot more technology and like a lot more research for that one.
So
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because that thing, I mean, unlike the little people are very dangerous, but like a actual wolf to
creature.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Like
seems
a mixture of a wolf and a hyena. I
that
believe
seems
is what
more
it is.
dangerous to our brains because we can like relate.
That's
to
something that
Right.
most people have seen and are familiar
Yeah,
with.
like we've seen wolves, so we know what wolves are capable of. So just kind of knowing that it's related.
And it's not
Yeah.
just a wolf; it's some kind of hybrid creature.
So what is that cryptid called?
I'm not sure.
I can find it real
All
quick.
right, yeah.
Well,
I think it started with a W, but that's all I know. Dylan's
And then,
looking for it right now.
what our biggest lake, Flathead Lake, has like the Flathead lake monster or something.
Yeah. I've heard of that. Is the wolf hyena? Is that called a Wendigo or something like that?
No, it's
it's the Shunka Warakin.
Shunka
Okay,
War.
yeah, no, never heard of that one.
Here,
Yeah,
look
no,
it
that
up.
was the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah, we honestly anything that we could get access to, we're interested in like further investigating
Yeah.
it. And right now,
Right.
the easiest thing is the little people because it's just literally right down the road from my house.
Yeah, it's convenience there.
Exactly.
Well, cool. We look forward to seeing what you guys come up with.
All right.
School,
thank you.
the school thing sounds really great. The school investigation. So we'll definitely keep in touch, and we're going to put your, like I said, your information in our show notes, and when you guys put out your video, we'll definitely share it on our social media.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
try to help you guys out as much as we can. I mean, we don't have a huge following, but
Yeah,
everybody helps everybody else, and it works out.
Exactly.
We'll try to do the same.
Cool.
Yeah, we'd like to, have a post on our Instagram that
Oh yeah, we could probably post like, we just did
Right,
a
we
podcast with.
teamed up with Unexplained Reality and did a podcast, and it was a
These
good time.
two-
We like I
Two
said,
losers in South Carolina.
Oh, no.
we were very excited just to have this opportunity to share our story. because I believe on Instagram you have close to 700 followers. So I mean that's huge compared to what we have now. Even though we've started out, a little bit ago. But
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's
it was
I
a
don't
great
know how many.
opportunity for us.
Half of those are probably not legit, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm glad you guys contacted us, and it's been good talking with you guys. And we'll probably have to plan a follow up after you guys get a couple more
Okay.
Yeah.
videos up
That'd be
on your
awesome.
channel. Definitely get back together and see what
Yeah,
else
give
what
an
you've
update.
encountered, and definitely if you find something good.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be the first person we go to. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you, Brian, for
Yeah. Thank you.
sharing.
really
Yep.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Sure. You're welcome. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Good luck with your bake sale.
You as well. Thank you.
Get some dollars.
Yeah.
So
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep this train rolling.
that's right. That's right. All right, fellas. Y'all have a good night.
Yep.
And
All
I'll be in touch when we get this ready to go.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
You too.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Prepare to confiscate the human's possessions. Possession secured. Prepare the probe.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait a hot second. No need for a probe, man. Why are you doing this anyway?
To learn from your kind. And to obtain your container of treasures.
Container of treasures? Oh, you mean my cryptid crate?
Yes, the cryptid crate you possess. We desire it. We have discovered it to be populated with many objects we find most incredible. Correct. The objects in this container cannot be produced on our home planet.
Well, you don't have to abduct people to get your own cryptid crate.
Elaborate.
Just go to cryptidcrate.com and sign up. On the first of each month, a new box filled with amazing cryptozoology-themed items will come to your mailbox, or spaceship.
Allow us to show appreciation to you, human, for this invaluable information.
Yeah, sure thing. Does this mean you're going to take me back to Earth?
Not exactly.
A paragraph on a piece of paper, held by a magnet on the refrigerator, said it all. You can't change the mind of an 18-year-old. Cloud of dust coming from a Gran Torino, taking off. Population, one less restless soul. Runaway to below. Gone, make yourself a memory. It's pouring like gravity underneath your skin. You can't turn around and go back again. Free, rolling like the river winds. What's ahead of what you leave behind? Just make it up as you go. Run away to below. Highway 61 underneath your wheels. Summer sun burning up the cotton fields in the Bible Belt. A sharecropper shack from another time. Old rusted out Coca-Cola sign on the sad motel. The ghost of a Robert Johnson says hello. Run away to below. Gone, make yourself a memory. It's pouring like gravity underneath your skin. You can't turn around and go back again. Free, rolling like the river winds. What's ahead of what you leave behind? Just make it up as you go. Run away to below. Nobody's gonna care if it don't matter where. Any road can take you there. Gone, make yourself a memory. It's pouring like gravity underneath your skin. You can't turn around and go back again. Free rolling like the river winds. What's ahead of what you leave behind?